House says it will spend more than $4 billion to fight COVID-19 in Native American communities, including $600 million for vaccinations. This morning, First Lady Jill Biden is visiting the Navajo Nation. The largest Native American reservation had one of the country's highest per capita death rates last year. More than 1,200 of its people have died of COVID. Now the territory is leading the nation in vaccination rates and could be the first in the U.S. to achieve herd immunity. Mireya Villarreal traveled to Navajo Nation in Arizona and New Mexico to check on the fight and the lessons learned.
The journey to reach herd immunity on the Navajo Nation hasn't always been a smooth one.
We are going to a small community south of Shiprock, New Mexico. We're going to get smiles when we get there.
Nurse Lyle Lee drove nearly an hour. They give 72-year-old Jonah Johnson the first dose.
There you go, right there. Okay, go ahead. Just let it hang down. Good job.
Johnson was willing to take the vaccine but refused to leave his rural home.
It's very important for us to do these types of visits, and just respecting their choice.
McKinley County, New Mexico borders the Navajo Nation and is made up of more than 70% Native Americans. In September of 2020, this county ranked first in the state and sixth nationally for COVID deaths per capita.
At first, we didn't really have our guard up, but once it hit within our family, that's when reality hit.
Reality struck quickly for Jamie Barbone's family. Her mother, Yvonne Tolth, got COVID-19 first.
One of my sons, he passed. He spent like a month and a half in the hospital, and he fought it, but didn't come home.
How hard was that for you, Yvonne?
Hard. I would get mad and just cried a lot, and my daughter just stood by me and my other kids.
The high death toll led tribe officials to spread the word about the importance of vaccines.
It spread like wildfire.
Navajo Nation President Jonathan Nez was one of the first to get his shot, posting the pictures on social media. He also hosts weekly town halls to help educate nearly 300,000 members.
Any outside entity, I think, of all people of color, there's some distrust with the federal government. And so I think when we started the discussions about getting the vaccines, we were out there daily almost, getting the information to our Navajo citizens.
But it wasn't just providing that information. The moment they got access to vaccines, leaders split their efforts between mass vaccination sites like this one and meeting people out in their own communities.
We had a rough time in COVID, but we fought very hard, and we have succeeded to fight back COVID.
The tribe's chief medical officer, Dr. Loretta Christensen, says their efforts have led to more than 70% of Navajo Nation receiving their first dose.
I think that we are either at herd immunity or very, very close.
Are you smiling under your mask?
I am smiling, yes. I am very proud of what we've done.
Most of Jamie Barbone's family has been vaccinated with the hope of preventing future heartache.
Why are you so set on taking this?
What my mom has went through and what I've seen, I don't want to go through that. It's all about safety and family. That's why I feel 100% confident and happy and safe that the vaccine is here.
Even as the Navajo Nation reaches herd immunity, they are not letting their guard down, especially as states around them continue to open up. They are very worried about another potential surge, so they have put strict health guidelines in place that include a mask mandate and also an overnight curfew. Mireya Villarreal, CBS News, Window Rock, Arizona.
Really good to hear, because they were hit so hard, so early. And I guess they really, decided, we've got to rely on ourselves because they're so isolated.
Very impressive what they've done.
And President Nez, who I've interviewed a couple of times on CBSN, is exactly that impressive.